the ladder of right-wing media, where there is just there's a massive drop-off at some point where you kind of Fox, like, I would argue, Chuck Todd, right-leaning CNN host, Fox News, and then there's a huge, like, dink down to Newsmax, dink OAN, dink RSBN, and then Flashpoint. Like, that's when you call your sponsor and say, I've hit rock bottom. The first step is admitting I have a problem, and I'm on goddamn Flashpoint. And there is no bottom worse than that. This is the level 5 hype train. We can do this. We can do this. Bits and subscriptions and stuff. Okay, on Twitch. So, I was wrong. I thought that was the bottom. I did. And somehow OAN has done a big workaround, has managed to circumvent the whole standard, and the absolute bottom is now these two assholes interviewing themselves on OAN. They don't have a show. What is happening? These idiots are, oh God, seriously. Did Flashpoint like hang up on them? Honestly, these two people interviewing each other. Look. This is, all right. The idea should be, theoretically, that as they're touring around and, make America the best again or whatever, make America be best again, that they should be dividing and conquering because they're the heavy hitters of the MAGA movement. So they should be unavailable. There's no way these two should have time to interview each other. They should be, on each end of the country, the entire spectrum of America, from El Paso, Texas to Florida or someplace, real America. And look at that. I mean, I have not watched this, God knows. And hat tip to Can't Stop Lying for finding this, because seriously, and you know how it's going to be hard for me to interrupt. It's going to be hard for me to break in on this one. It's going to be so hard because look at what the complaint is. Look at the title. MTG, conservative Americans are sick of rhinos. Oh, it's a little gop on gop crime. And of course, fantastic camera work. Again, right out of the Trump Lindell interview playbook. Let's just set up a ping pong match of shots and just have these two idiots sit at the corner of a table. And look how much of this frame is just books neither one of them is ever gonna read. Yeah, it takes 44 seconds to get to them. Oh, really? Okay, I'll jump ahead if I have to. But still, oh, shit. I just love that they're, and Rhino, for those of you who don't know, is Republican in name only, and not Republicans in Nazi only. It's an easy confusing thing to make. Let's find out. Oh, and then there's probably an ad. No, yeah, oh, stars. Okay.
It's under control.
I'm not going down for this.
You sure no one would be looking in your direction for this?
I could use some help from someone of your stature.
It's just certain boundaries you don't cross.
What if it was to protect yourself?
Don't talk to anyone. Call Tariq. It's too late to be scared now.
Call Tariq. Tariq Nasheed? Really? They've got a red line to Tariq Nasheed in this? Oh, shut up for a second. I'm making jokes about to all communities of the earth, it is not a step forward when society has decided to make a gangster movie about your community and claim it's really about family. It's actually a way to shit on you. Ask the Italians. It's not good. Call Tariq. Shut the fuck up. Like this glorification of murderers all the time, but it's really about family. Yeah, exactly. And the Irish. Ask the Irish how that worked out for like 7 decades. No, but it looks cool. We're like cool, and it makes us look cool. Jesus Christ. Call Fredo. Yeah. All right, so there.
GOP midterms win is likely as Joe Biden's approval ratings continue to decline. In an op-ed released on Friday, Peter.
Apparently, the op-ed was not about flossing. I mean, that's something new. Did he have to chew his way out of rubble?
Was almost 50 years of experience in politics, predicted, quote, overwhelming.
Every political indicator suggests GOP victory. Yeah, I'd listen to him. He seems balanced and healthy and
Republican victories in the 2022 midterm elections. These remarks come.
By the way, OAN, please go on LinkedIn and find someone with a more condescending sounding voice.
Following a Real Clear Politics poll from earlier this week, showing Biden's average approval rating at 41.6%. Additionally, King said if Republicans can unite and focus on core issues.
Yeah, that might be a problem considering the video we're about to watch, King.
Inflation and crime, they will be successful. One America's Jasmine Hovey has more.
Job. People.
Wait a minute, Jasmine? And why is it cutting to this?
Action. They're tired of words, and they're tired of the lies.
Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene is calling for strong House GOP leadership as she eyes a Republican victory for the 2022 midterms.
By the way, I feel like I've died and gone to a high school news program.
Speaking during an interview with Congressman Matt Gaetz.
This is where she's wearing the clam dress.
Greene said Americans are tired.
Speaking with an interview with Congressman Matt Gaetz. They're both Congress people. Why are they interviewing each other?
Pro-Trump lawmakers get marginalized in Washington. She suggested constituents in pro-Trump districts want leaders.
Oh, it's Lori Loughlin over there on the other side of her. And then this dude going, "Hey, ladies, come on now." Wait a minute. Sorry. I know it's a little early, but how do you not? "Hey, ladies! Hey, buddy! Okay, Carl, try to get him to come on over here. Hey, I can whistle, but my teeth are too far apart. Come on. Get him a ride and drive. Shake it little badonka donka conk conk. Hey!
Like House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy.
Boo! Boo! Boo!
To do a better job at sticking up for who they elect.
Yeah.
Number one, everyone saw me district of committees as a brand new member of Congress, robbing my district of the ability to have representation work.
That's weird, because it wasn't your fault at all. It had nothing to do with your behavior or your calling for violence or none of that stuff. Don't let them tell you that or whatever. Calling for violence is the American way. There was a third lyric to the Lee Greenwood song, and they took it out. And I'm proud to shoot my fellow Americans, because when they're dead, I am free. Something like that. Anyways.
Committees. There was no action taken. As a matter of fact, our leader did nothing to defend me.
Oh, then, hey, I wouldn't even. Where's the air quotes? Matt, whip out little bunny, fuck you, man. Come on now.
Nothing to stop it.
The Georgia Republicans said this is.
Oh, dear. You can't, hey. OAN, man, look, I love her, and you guys know that, but you can't switch from a side view to a front view like that without some kind of a trigger warning or something. You know them things when on a video game, when they say it's got flashy lights, you might want to bite down on your wallet if you want to play this game. You got to do that when it's MTG, man. You can't switch. You can't do it.
Acceptable, especially when establishment Republicans like Liz Cheney.
Oh, she's terrible. Another blonde white lady that should, to
get away with anything.
Here we have Adam Kinzinger. We have Liz Cheney taking a committee assignment from Nancy Pelosi.
That's unbelievable. Taking that committee assignment. Because what you should do is not have any Republicans on there at all and just let the Democrats run the whole thing alone. That way history will point to the fact that you did everything you could to make sure the truth was seen. I'm sorry. Sometimes when when I say stuff like that, I like to see buzzards in the sky for a moment.
Fake January 6th committee.
It's terrible. It's fake. It's not even real. I'm imagining the whole thing.
Such a failure of our leadership to hold them off of that. But they're traitors, and they went over there to Nancy Pelosi, and they're going on their We Hate Trump mission, and we want to destroy Trump Republicans.
She warned.
Yeah, they can't destroy Trump Republicans. Not when they got guns like that, sister. Holy smoke, you look like you can lift weights for New Zealand.
Americans will continue to keep an eye on what's happening in Congress.
What we need to do is we need to hold to our...
What? Hey, woman, you gonna let him say anything or what? There is a man sitting there. I don't know why you think, shh.
Conservative values. But we need to actually give Americans something to vote
for. Oh, all right, he moved. I thought he dozed off there for a moment.
Because I know a lot of Republicans, they're Republican in their heart, they're Republican in their thinking, but they're not. Right. They don't even vote because all they see is a bunch of politicians.
Yeah, and that's a true Republican, where you're Republican in your heart, but you do not participate in American democracy. There's nothing more buzzards. Oh.
That never actually do the job.
Green's.
Nope. They do not. And apparently the job is sewing sleeves on things.
Suggested the GOP must decide who is strong enough to lead the Republican Party.
I am. Put me in charge. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. You used to see my yard. Well, I don't call it a yard anymore. I call it a flag gallery. It's just all Trump all the time. Every time, my dog won't even poop in the front yard anymore because all the wind flaps the flags and it smacks him on his ass and he just runs around barking. He's a good dog. But yeah, so put me in charge. I'll give you every committee. Every committee. Tax avoidance, missing and exploited children. I think Matt Gaetz would be great to replace Dennis Hastert or Foley. Those guys, that'd be great. The itty bitty titty committee, you could be on that one. I'd like to be on that one. You got ever take to each their own.
What she described as a likely GOP House victory in 2022.
So,
I have a question. Why don't you just play the interview instead of telling us what she said? Just show us what she fucking said.
Here's what leadership is going to have to do. Right now, we know that Kevin McCarthy has...
Hey, any of you guys can write this down.
...problem in our conference. He doesn't have the full support to be speaker. He doesn't have the votes that are there. Because there's many of us that are very unhappy about the failure to hold Republicans accountable, while conservatives like me, Paul Gosar, and many others just constantly take the abuse by the Democrats.
That's right. It's just abuse. It's flat out abuse. I mean, what kind of America is this? You can't post a cartoon where you assassinate a fellow congressperson and drive two swords into the side of the head of the American president. I mean, are we free or what? Fire it up! Fire it up! All right.
The American people aren't going to have it.
Additionally, former Representative Peter King, who served in Congress for 28 years.
That's a long time to live off the public heat.
The GOP win in the 2022 midterms is likely.
And by the way, when I say public heat, that's what I was talking about.
Lest Republicans, quote, defeat themselves. Jasmine Hovey, One America News.
Want to see more videos like...
No, I do not. I do not want to see more. I'm very disappointed in this whole endeavor. No, because y'all like, hey, man, play what she said, not what you said she said. The hell kind of interview show is this? I don't believe you. Why would I? You just told me all the news is fake. You do mainstream. Well, you can mainstream this right into my catheter. This is as mainstream as you get, buddy. Shit. Goodbye. Sorry. He's a big fan of MTG. You gotta understand.